These desperate and disgusting, triggered snowflake Republicans decided to drag 85-year-old Dr. Anthony Fauci before Congress, ostensibly to investigate the pandemic. And what they really wanted are viral clips of themselves berating him and swearing at him and insulting him and pretending that shouting obscenities at an 85-year-old retired scientist and doctor is government oversight. We can be proud of these Republicans for doing this stuff. Let's watch a little bit of this spectacle, and then we're going to talk about what actually happened. Here is Bernie Moreno saying to Fauci, "Who the F do you think you were?" This is clip farming, folks. That's what this is.
When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that?
I actually shouldn't laugh because this is just such a disgrace. Other countries look at us and they go, what? The problem is you don't have enough thinking, educated, smart people in positions of power. And you're berating a guy who stayed in office, and not even office, who stayed at his job longer than he had to. And did he make mistakes? Yeah, I mean, mistakes were made all around the world and in the United States during COVID. Donald Trump made a whole bunch of the mistakes. But this is who you want to berate? Here is another example. You insulted Governor Ron DeSantis. You insulted him.
You called our governor, Governor DeSantis, and I'm going to quote this so I get it right out of your journals, a total jerk, that he is a complete disgrace, that he is blocking local authorities from mandating masks in various locations, including schools. And you were very concerned and upset that we were actively, and I'm going to quote, criticizing you. And we talked virtually every day about.
I have to tell you guys, this sort of like what seems to be completely contrived indignance in her voice, I find it nauseating. I find it completely vomitous.
Being wrong on everything. And what is astounding is that you wrote you feared because of that, because we were questioning our government, because we were fighting back for the truth from our government, from scientifically based recommendations, because we were pushing for that. You said you feared that our democracy is in dire danger.
Did you get the clips you wanted, Senator Moody? Now, Dr. Fauci also angered a lot of people in the room that day because he pled the fifth. Now, the MAGA right loves to say, oh, only the mob pleads the fifth. Only guilty people plead the fifth. It happens to be the framework upon which our legal system is based, that pleading the fifth cannot be used to infer or as evidence of guilt. And by the way, Donald Trump has pled the fifth hundreds of times when being deposed in a lot of different scenarios. Put that aside for a second. The clip farmers of the Republican Party tried to get their clips, like, for example, knowing that Dr. Fauci was not going to be responding to these questions. Senator Hawley goes, what day of the week is it today? Oh, he's so clever. He's so damn clever.
Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc?
Talk to Trump about that. Why did Trump take the fifth 450 times during a deposition?
Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you've.
Now, of course, that's untrue because pardons don't cover state charges. I mean, it's like, this is just so stupid.
Very well know, as the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs, they know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt.
Now, some of you might notice that over Dr. Fauci's left shoulder is a familiar face, and it is the face of Fox News hostess Laura Ingraham. Now, the whole point of this was for Republicans to get their sound bites of them bullying an 85-year-old man. And part of this was that they brought in a group of people to stand up behind Fauci. Dr. Fauci, will you turn and look at these people? And one of the people that stands up when this goes down, again, it's clip farmers. These are like kick streamers. Laura Ingraham proudly and defiantly stands up. Take a look at this. This is so embarrassing. The world is laughing at the circus that we have become.
Dr. Fauci, can you just turn around and look at the people behind you? You're not willing to do that? That's not a question. It's not a question. To your lawyer, it's not a question. It's a request. All you have to do is look up from your lawyers and look at the people who were absolutely shamed for saying what we know now to be the truth. You can't even look at them? That's a question. Are you able to look at them? You can sit down in the audience.
What a powerful moment, isn't it? What a powerful moment. And then finally, Rand Paul loses it when Dr. Fauci's lawyer tries to say something, and he eventually tells security to kick out Fauci's lawyer.
Senator Peters. You're not recognized. You're not recognized. If you are unruly, you will be removed from the proceeding. You are not recognized, and you are not recognized, sir. Sir, you are not recognized. You are not recognized. Security, we'll hold off. But you will respect these proceedings. You were told not to sit at the table. You insist on sitting at the table. And we told you you would not be recognized. You are not invited here for testimony, sir. You are being disruptive. Would you behave this way in a courtroom? No, because the judge would put you in jail. I can't do that today, but I can have you escorted from the premises. So I would say, sir, sit quietly and don't say another word. I said, sit quietly. You are not recognized. Another word and you're gone.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to hear what the attorney has to say.
He is not recognized by the committee or the chair. If
All right, anyway, it's like, how much of this crap am I going to play for you, you know? What an embarrassing spectacle. So what they achieved, if anything, is they dragged an 85-year-old retired scientist doctor before Congress so that they could just try to make mincemeat out of him and get clips bullying him, how strong they are. Now, they knew Fauci would invoke his Fifth Amendment right. And the hearing was just designed to produce outrage. It wasn't designed to get us any answers. And Josh Hawley even said from the dais, Fauci has no Fifth Amendment rights, which is an absurd legal determination, which, by the way, Hawley has no authority to make. And Rand Paul tries to get his lawyer removed for defending his client. Now, there are legitimate questions about pandemic policy. There are legitimate questions about public health messaging. Republicans ignored all of them because they wanted this stupid vengeance theater. And it's 7 years later, Fauci still has it's a quite extraordinary ability to trigger the entire Republican Party. What a world where they simply cannot contain themselves around this 85-year-old retired public servant. And when the hearing ended and they went on TV, it got even worse. I don't have a cat myself, but I have spent enough time around friends' cats to know that there are picky cats when it comes to food. If they don't like it, they won't eat it. But one of my friends has had a ton of success switching to Smalls cat food. Before Smalls, mealtime was very hit or miss. The cat gets excited now. Our sponsor, Smalls, is fresh, human-grade cat food made with real ingredients, no fillers or artificial stuff, high protein, gently cooked, promotes digestion, delivered right to your door. My friend did a side-by-side with the old food and Smalls. The cat went for Smalls. Your cat deserves more than a bowl of processed shortcuts. Try Smalls. If your cat doesn't love Smalls, you get a full refund for a limited time. My audience gets 60% off your first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/Pakman. The link is in the description.